Anathapindika was fond of meditating under that tree until the day he died. And it was there that he enjoyed reliving the memories of his association with the Lord. That tree made my father happier than all the gold he ever had, says Gala with tears in his eyes. To this day, it is known as the Ananda Bodhi. Ananda smiles when he hears the name of his tree, but not wanting the attention of the discussion to shift to him. But not wanting the attention of the discussion to shift to him, he promptly says, "When your father knew he was dying, he asked Venerable Sariputta to visit him, because he didn't want to trouble the Buddha. I went with Venerable Sariputta, who expounded the Dhamma to your dear father. His physical pains left him as he concentrated his mind on the virtuous life he had led. Later on, he actually got up and offered us dana for the last time. He died that same night. Everyone in the room, excuse me. Everyone in the room reflects for a moment on the great Anathapindika. Gala and Sujata, full of emotion, wipe away tears. For the next 2 days, the subcommittee continues recollecting the almost numberless occasions when Anathapindika played a role in the Buddha's life. On the final evening, Mahakassapa says to Gala, "Your father might be called too generous because he gave so much away that he eventually spent his entire wealth. That may very well be true, but his attitude remained positive in the face of all adversity, and he never neglected to serve the Buddha and his Sangha whenever he had an opportunity," replies Gala. Of course, being the industrious man he was, his fortune was soon rebuilt. He continued his lifelong practice of daily dana for large numbers of monks, and he always looked for ways to provide for the welfare of the Buddha, says Bakula. Ananda speaks. The Buddha once preached the following discourse to our dear friend Anathapindika, which I think should be recorded here in our recollection. How many pages was that? 230... 232, 4 pages. Did we stop here or one more page?
Yeah, stop here.
Okay. Any volunteers?
So I will try first. So my father meticulously planned the grand occasion for his in Vasedani and asked him if his beloved 7-year-old daughter, Princess Sumana, could participate. The king gave his permission, and the princess and her entourage were the first to greet the Buddha. When he arrived, they presented him with bowls of scented water and flowers. The Lord practiced the Dhamma to them, and almost immediately they attained the state of Sotapanna. I had the honor of escorting the Buddha and his Sangha members to the monastery. I had with me a group of my friends, the young sons of the leading businessmen of Savatthi. We accompanied the Buddha right up to the gate, excited tall people holding flowers light the way to the monastery, anxious to catch a glimpse of the Buddha. Waiting at the gate was my father, who was dressed in all his finery. He was accompanied by all of his family and friends, the wealthiest men of Savatthi. There stood my sister Chula and Maha Subhada, and my mother Bunya Lakhana, wearing full ceremonial dress, embraced with jealous. Mother was accompanied by her friends, the wives of the wealthy men of Savatthi, each one carried a gold or silver cup filled with sweet scents of other offerings. So I stop here.
Okay. Anyone else?
Okay, Ajahn, I'm trying.
Okay.
All right, leading long procession of people talk people about the present through the magnificent get into the monastery or free sent. The poem literally glow with their good use by it was residue from the oligo. My father had a spread on the ground. It was as a liquid go famous had been worship over everything. Luminous auras surround the Buddha that follow as a he moves the street and building. I never forget that there's as long as I live San Allah. It wasn't the legit party within my mother-in-law half friends begin Sujata. There has never been more beautiful gatherings somewhere before and or sing. It wasn't beautiful. It wasn't beautiful only because it was offline. Everyone was racially dressed. It was also beautiful because the way we felt. Today, the joy and that with that as my everything religiously put down with the purity of left. Colors my efficiently and his wife said at the conclusion of recession my father approaching the Lord I'm better for than on the following days. The Buddha assessed with his customary silence when the Buddha and his Sangha member arrived for dinner. My father summoned his guests final Amazon never forced and during at the end of the meals. He approached the master and said, most glorious Buddhas, please tell me how this monastery and Jedavana Garoso should be dedicated. The Buddha replied, it will be proven for you to dedicate the monastery or bhikkhu or whoever arisen are still arriving may arise from the four direction or on the time. My father also dedicated the monastery symbolizing the altar by ceremoniously pouring water over the Buddha has concluded. Okay, I stop here.
Okay. Anyone else? Any other
Try Ajahn.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Ananda says the Buddha spoke the following poem after another Bindika's gracious dedication. The Buddha called his beasts in prey, creeping things, grants, and rings in the west season. When the dreaded hot wind rises, that is worded up to meditate in obtain insight in shelter and at ease. Daring praised by the awakened one, a shape gave to the order. Therefore, A wise person looking to his own hero. So that the learned ones can stay the rain to these food bring the mind in lodgings teachers give to up it mind that this
New to your mic.
he knowing the Dharma he attain Nibbana without us. Okay, I will stop here, John.
Okay, very good. Anyone else before we start explaining? Oh, we have 8 students now.
I want to try.
Okay.
Just one last thing about the monastery in the Jewish Punya. Wherever the Buddha was known in residence, Ananda Bindaka missed his presence terribly. He once asked the Lord for some tangible thing to issue him there. He said the people wanted something they would venerate, to which they could make their offerings of flower, garlands, and other objects of devotion. The Buddha spoke to him about relax. But since he wasn't yet deceased, he said that the best thing to do would be to venerate the Bodhi tree. The Buddha said, venerating the Bodhi tree will show you are gratitude for the shadow it loved me during my struggle for enlightenment. It would become a symbol of the gratitude for all of the blessings one has received, and represent talking refuge in the triple June to accommodate Ananda Pitaka, Venerable Moggallana catch a fruit from the Bodhi tree at Gaya as it was falling to the ground. He planted a seed, formed it in a golden drum, and it soon grew into a healthy sapling. Then he brought his sapling from Uruvela and gave it to Venerable Ananda, who made arrangements for it to be planted near the gate, the wall of the monastery. And Venerable Ananda asked the king Basnati to consecrate the tree, but the king said, if I consecrate this tree, future imminent who might disagree with my policies, wanting to dishonor my reign, may wish to destroy my legacy. Therefore, they may also want to destroy this Bodhi tree if they knew I had a hand implanted. Therefore, I would defer the owner of consecrating the tree to Ananda Bindaka, since it was he who is responsible for the monastery's existence. I just stop here. Thank you.
Okay. Let's go back to page 232, shall we? Okay. My father meticulously planned the grand occasion for weeks. Do you guys understand this sentence?
meticulously อาจารย์
meticulously. So when you do something meticulously, that means you do it very carefully and in detail. Yeah.
No.
Very, very careful and very, very detailed.
Yes.
He went to King Pasenadi and asked him if his beloved 7-year-old daughter, Princess Sumana, could participate. You guys understand, right?
Yes.
The king gave his permission, and the princess and her entourage were the first to greet the Buddha when he arrived. They presented him with bowls of scented water and flowers. Sorry. There is a missing comma. Can somebody tell me where it goes? The king gave his permission, comma. And the princess and her entourage were the first to greet the Buddha when he arrived. Do you guys understand? No questions? Any questions? Going once, going twice?
อาจารย์ entourage
Entourage.
entourage
Yeah, entourage.
entourage.
So an entourage is a group of people who are following a very important person. Maybe a celebrity, someone who's famous, a leader, a president. Well, actually, not really for president, but like someone who's famous or a leader or someone who's very, very popular. Yeah, it's just a large group of people who travel with them.
Yes.
The Lord preached the Dhamma to them, and almost immediately they attained the state of Sotabana. I had the honor of escorting the Buddha and his Sangha members to the monastery.
Yes, Ajahn.
I had with me a group of my friends, the young sons of the leading businessmen of Sawati. We accompanied the Buddha right up to the gates.
Right up to the gates.
Right up to the gates. So that means they walked with the Buddha all the way to the gate, and that's where they stopped.
Okay.
And then the Buddha continued without them.
Okay.
Excited townspeople holding flowers lined the way to the monastery, anxious to catch a glimpse of the Buddha.
Anxious to catch a glimpse of the Buddha.
Okay. Anxious. So when you are anxious, that means you are waiting for something to happen in the future. It's like sometimes you worry, or sometimes you cannot wait. Like you really want something to happen, or you really do not want something to happen. Yeah, it's a feeling of something that it's a feeling that you get when you are waiting for something to happen in the future, whether it happens or not. So it's just sometimes you worry about the future, or you really, really, really want the future to come. To catch a glimpse. To catch a glimpse means to see. To see a little bit of. Yeah. To catch a glimpse. Waiting at the gates was my father, who was dressed in all his finery. You guys understand?
Finery.
Like very expensive clothes and jewelry. Yeah. Like this and jewelry and very expensive clothes.
Yes.
He was accompanied by all of his family and friends, the wealthiest men of Savatthi. There stood my sisters,
Yeah.
Sula and Mahasubhada, and my mother, Ponalakhana, wearing full ceremonial dress emblazoned with jewels. Any questions?
Emblazoned.
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 Emblazoned with jewel. So when you have clothes that are emblazoned with jewels, it means it's been decorated in such a way that it looks very nice, but you can see it. It's very, very decorated. Do you understand?
A little bit.
Have you ever seen a picture of the king of Thailand or
Yes.
even the princess? You see all the things that they have on their clothes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's emblazoned with insignia and different things like badges.
Yeah.
How can I describe it? It's like you put many things on your clothes to make it look very good, to make it look very special. So it's emblazoned.
Yeah. Yes.
Mother was accompanied by her friends, the wives of the wealthy men of Savatthi. Each one carried a gold or silver bowl filled with sweet scents and other offerings. Leading a long procession of bhikkhus and townspeople, the Buddha passed through the magnificent gates into the monastery precincts. There's a missing comma. Can somebody tell me where it goes?
Missing comma.
Yeah, missing comma.
Townspeople. Townspeople. After townspeople.
Correct. Any other questions?
Again, monastery precinct, right?
Yes. Monastery precincts. Precincts has many, many, many definitions. This is why I don't like English.
Yeah. In this sentence, what it means, Ajahn, really means?
I have to double check because the definition of precincts that I remember it has something to do with like the police, like a division of a city or a town, especially an area protected by a particular unit of the police or a division used for voting purposes. Okay.
Yeah, monastery compound. That's right. I don't know.
I guess you can say compound. It's like it's an area of the monastery where there are walls around it to like an enclosure.
Yes, closure.
Maybe. Let me see. I'm looking at the definition, and it's not giving me anything that makes sense with with a monastery.
You do not
Okay,
you do not find any definition.
Okay, I found one. It says the area that surrounds a building or place, especially one with a wall around it. So think of it like the immigration office. Uh, Everything outside of the immigration office, but within the walls, that's the precincts. Do you understand?
Yes, understand.
Yes.
Okay. The forest literally glowed with a golden hue. Perhaps it was a residue from all the gold my father had spread around the ground. Spread on the ground. Sorry. Any questions?
อาจารย์ golden hue
A golden hue. Hue is another word for color. It means color.
color
Yeah.
so อาจารย์ I don't understand this sentence the
Okay.
forest teaching yeah
So who's the one who spread?
Yes.
I'm trying to remember who the father is, but the father, he spread gold dust, like a powder of gold made of gold. He spread gold everywhere. So when they said the forest literally glowed with a golden hue, so when the sun hits gold, the gold will shine. It's like very bright, right? So maybe from a residue, maybe it was a residue from the gold my father had spread on the ground. So a residue is like very small particles. I'm trying to find a really good example. Residue is like very, very small. It's almost like powder. Yeah. And he spread this gold all over the ground. So literally, when you say something literally, it really is the way you say it. For example, if I say there are literally there's literally 100 people outside. So if you look outside, you will see 100 people. Do you understand? So it literally glowed. I mean, it really did glow. Because sometimes we say, "Oh, there's 100 people outside," but really it's only 20 people. But if I say literally, then that means there's really 100 people outside.
Yes.
And perhaps the word perhaps is just another word that means maybe. It was as if liquid gold pigments had been washed over everything.
What is pigment?
Pigment is like similar to residue. It's a powder.
Powder.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a powder with color. Or anything really. It doesn't necessarily have to be powder, but it's something that gives color. It has color and it imparts that color on something else.
What does it mean? The whole sentence.
Sorry.
What does it mean?
So
the
it
whole
was
sentence?
as if. So the whole sentence means it was like. So it was as if. So here it's not literally. Okay. It was as if liquid gold. So just imagine if someone took liquid gold, meaning gold that had been melted down to its liquid form, and you just pour it over everything. For example, let's say you have a table and you boil gold down to a liquid, and you pour gold all over your table. What's going to happen? So it's like you wash your table with gold. Yeah, there will be gold all over the table. So here it's like they're saying it was as if it was like. So they're not saying literally, but it was as if. So just imagine if you take liquid gold and you spread it everywhere, all around the forest. But it's not literally. They're trying to make you imagine.
Yes.
A luminescent aura surrounded the Buddha that followed him as he moved past the trees and buildings. Any questions?
No question, Ajahn.
No questions? Okay. I'll never forget that day as long as I live, says Gala. Do you guys understand the sentence?
Yes, understood.
I was in the ladies' party with my mother-in-law and her friends, begins Sujata. There has never been a more beautiful gathering in Savatthi before or since.
So Ajahn, before or since?
Before or since. So before is like before that event. So never they've never seen anything like that before that event and even after that event. So since is like after.
After.
Yeah, since that day. From that day all the way into the future to now. Yeah, before or since.
No.
So that was the only event that was very beautiful on that scale. And they have never seen anything like it. It wasn't beautiful only because it was opulent and everyone was richly dressed. It was also beautiful because of the way we felt. Do you guys understand?
Opulence, Ajahn. It was.
It was very opulent. It was like very high class, very, very luxurious.
Yeah. Yes.
So it was beautiful in two ways. One, because everything was opulent, and people were, everyone was wearing their finest clothes, but it was also beautiful because of their feeling.
Yeah.
The joy that welled up within us made everything radiantly golden with the purity of love. Any questions?
Then the joy that welled up.
Welled up. Okay, when joy or sadness or something wells up, that means it builds more and more. Like it continues to grow. You understand? It's like stronger and stronger, and it's almost to the point where you cannot control it. I mean, you can still control it, but it's almost at that point where you cannot control it. Gala smiles affectionately at his wife. Sorry? Radiantly, brightly. When something is radiant, it means it is bright. Yeah. Very bright, very shiny. Gala smiles affectionately at his wife and says, at the conclusion of the reception, my father approached the Lord and invited him for dawn on the following day. Do you guys understand?
Yes.
The Buddha accepted with his customary silence. Any questions? No questions?
Customary is...
You don't remember?
Customary.
We did a test.
Customary.
So when something is customary, it's something that you normally do.
Customer. Oh, I remember.
Customary. It's something you normally do. For example, when you go to a restaurant and you order a drink, it is customary for them to give you a straw. So you don't have to ask for a straw. When you order some kind of dish that has like a sauce to it, or that usually has a sauce for it, it is customary for the restaurant to provide you the sauce for that dish. In the past, like maybe 20 years ago, it was customary for fast food restaurants to give you ketchup. So you order a burger and fries and a drink. So in the past, it was customary for them to give you ketchup or whatever sauce that they have. Now you have to ask for it, or sometimes they ask you if you want it. It is no longer customary for fast food restaurants to ask you to give you ketchup or barbecue sauce.
Save money, right?
Sorry?
They want to save money.
Maybe, yeah. When the Buddha and his Sangha members arrived for Dana, my father served his guests the finest imaginable food and drink. At the end of the meal, he approached the master and said, "Most glorious Buddha, please tell me how this monastery in Jetavana Grove should be dedicated." Any questions? No questions?
Dedicated is done for someone, something.
For someone or for a purpose. So, for example, this monastery will be dedicated to all traveling monks and nuns. So that means monks and nuns who are traveling in this area will be able to rest and sleep at this monastery because you are giving it to them for the sole purpose of providing a place to stay for traveling monks and nuns.
Yes.
The Buddha replied, "It would be proper for you to dedicate the monastery to all bhikkhus who have arrived, are still arriving, and may arrive from the four directions for all time."
Yes.
Sorry, I had to clear my throat. The Buddha replied, "It would." Oh, sorry. My father so dedicated the monastery. Sorry. My father so dedicated the monastery and symbolized the act by ceremoniously pouring water over the Buddha's hands, concludes Gala.
Ceremoniously.
Ceremoniously. Do it in such a way that's like almost like a ritual. And did it in a ceremony. Do it in a ritual. So it wasn't just pouring water over his hands. So they performed some kind of ritual. So maybe he accepted the 5 precepts and the Buddha chanted or whatever, and they did. There was more than just pouring water over his hands. They probably did other things that led to the event or led to the pouring of water over the Buddha's hands. Ananda says the Buddha spoke. Okay.
It's right. The first record of pouring water.
That's what it looks like. I think this might be the first record of pouring water over a monk's hands.
Yes.
Because
I think so.
During Songkran, Thai people will visit their local monastery or their local temple and pour water over the hands of the resident monks during Songkran.
The body.
Yes.
Actually, over the not just the hand.
No, for monks, yeah, just hands. Well, at least from my experience, yeah.
But I working in the street. They pour the water. You hold the body, you know.
Ananda says the Buddha spoke the following poem after Anathapindika's gracious dedication. They ward off cold, heat, beast of prey, creeping things, gnats and rains in the wet season.
Ward off cold.
They ward off. So to ward something off, to ward off or to ward something off, that means it's to scare it away or to push it away or make it go away. It's like some people are afraid of ghosts, right? So they might have someone perform some kind of ritual to ward off the spirits.
Yeah, got it, Ajahn.
Any other questions?
What is yes? Yes.
That's the flies, basically.
Fly. Oh.
Yeah. When the dreaded hot wind arises, that ward it off. Any questions?
The red hot.
Dreaded hot wind. The dreaded hot wind arises. So when you dread hot wind or when you dread something, that means you are afraid of it and you do not want it to happen. You do not want it to come. It's like, for example, during my first year in the BA program, I I had to study online because of COVID-19, right?
Yes.
So I knew that eventually I would have to fly to Thailand and live in Thailand. And so during my first year, I dreaded the day that I would have to leave America and go live in Thailand. So I was afraid of it and I was nervous and I wanted to go, but I did not want to go. You know, like, oh, I have to fly to Thailand, live in a foreign country. I don't know anyone. I don't know anything, you know. So I dreaded the day that I would have to leave America and go live in Thailand.
Yeah.
Okay. To meditate and obtain insight in a shelter and at ease. A dwelling place is praised by the awakened one as chief gift to the order. Any questions?
No question.
Is shelter in
Sorry?
at ease, Adam.
Sorry?
At least.
Oh, at ease. So when you are at ease, that means you are not suffering, you are not angry, you are not sad, you are not experiencing any unpleasant feelings. You are at ease. You are comfortable.
Comfortable. Yes.
Therefore, a wise person looking to his own weal should have dwelling places built, so that learned ones can stay therein.
Can stay therein. Therein, Adam.
I think I have to double check. I think there's more than one meaning for therein. Oh, just to stay in. It's the same thing as in. A place to stay, house to live in, a house to live therein.
Yes.
Same.
What does it
Stay
mean?
in, right?
Wheel.
Yeah.
Let me double check. In. Has to be more than one meaning. Oh, okay. Here, wheel means well-being, like your own well-being. Yeah, your well-being, your happiness, your health, and just your overall well-being.
Oh. Yes, I got it.
To these, food, drink, raiment, and lodgings, he should give to the upright with mind purified.
Remains.
Women is staying the robe for clothes, right?
Yeah, it's an old word for clothes. Yeah, it's archaic, so it's like ancient. It's a very old word for clothes.
Ancient times the word.
Okay.
Then these will teach him Dhamma, dispelling every ill. He, knowing that Dhamma, here attains Nibbana without obstructions. questions? Okay.
Yes.
Just one last thing about the monastery. Interject, Bona. Do you guys understand?
Yes.
Yes, I do.
Whenever the Buddha was not in residence, Anathapindika missed his presence terribly.
Terrifying.
Terribly, badly.
Terribly.
So that means when the Buddha was not living at that monastery, Anathapindika really missed him
Oh,
terribly.
celebrate.
Yeah, yeah. Is there any different? Badly and terribly.
What was the first one?
Badly.
Badly and terribly? No.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Same thing. Oh, okay.
In this context, like when you miss someone badly or miss someone terribly, it's the same thing. It's just to emphasize the feeling. Yeah. He once
It
asked,
can mean
sorry?
It can mean it can be you miss someone to in order to hurt him or her.
No, it just means you really miss someone.
Really? Okay.
It's to emphasize the feeling.
Feeling really.
Yeah, to
Okay.
someone. He once
Something is bad.
yeah.
It doesn't mean it doesn't mean it's real. Yeah.
It doesn't mean it's real.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what you mean.
Yeah. I think badly doesn't mean the same in that context.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
you mean in the context of missing someone?
Yes. And, yeah, not the same meaning. Something is bad.
No.
You miss
No.
you miss someone badly.
No. When you miss someone badly or you miss someone terribly, it's to emphasize the feeling of miss. It's like extremely. You really miss someone. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here maybe is here is the meaning. He means the Buddha arrived this place. Coming.
Okay. He once asked the Lord for some tangible thing to enshrine there.
Tangible.
Tangible.
Tangible. A tangible thing is something that you can touch. If something is intangible, that means you cannot touch. Like for example, your mind is intangible. You cannot touch your mind. Your emotion is intangible because you cannot touch your mind. But your body is tangible. Your shirt is tangible. Your shoes are tangible. It's something that you can physically touch.
Reality, really.
He said that people wanted something he said that people wanted something they could venerate, to which they could make their offerings of flower garlands and other objects of devotion.
Venerate, so then they could venerate.
To worship and pay respect to. The Buddha spoke excuse me. The Buddha spoke to him about relics, but since he wasn't yet deceased, he said that the best thing to do would be to venerate the Bodhi tree.
Ajahn, what sentence that we talk about the relic? Relic is means that someone passed away and birth his body and let something like the bone or
Yeah.
soul. But here, who's the relic?
Well, the Buddha talked to Anathapindika about relics, but but because the Buddha was still alive
Yes.
and not dead, he said, okay, instead of venerating relics because I'm still alive, I'm not dead yet, you can venerate the Bodhi tree.
Oh, okay, got it.
The Buddha said, venerating the Bodhi tree will show your gratitude for the shelter it provided me during my struggle for enlightenment. It will become a symbol of gratitude for all of the blessings one has received and represent taking refuge in the triple gem.
Okay.
Ajahn, the American, in I knew they are the one that is very cool, right? So the American can plant the body tree. The body can grow up in the USA.
Yes, but not very big.
Oh,
Yeah, we have a Bodhi tree in front of my temple, but it's in a pot, so it's not very big. Yeah, it depends. Like some places that some places where they receive a lot of sunlight and it's very hot, they can grow
yeah.
a Bodhi tree just fine. Like say for example, if you have a temple in Los Angeles, you could grow a Bodhi tree there.
Mm. Yeah, maybe there is hot.
Well, in Los Angeles, it's actually pretty hot. I mean, it's not as hot as Thailand, but it's hot enough to grow fruits and vegetables.
Maybe can plant the durian.
Sorry?
If not the hot, maybe can plant durian.
No, no, no. It's not hot enough to plant a durian tree.
Coconut.
No, no way, impossible. To accommodate another Bindaka, Venerable Mahamoggallana caught a fruit from the Bodhi tree at Gaia as it was falling to the ground. Do you guys understand?
What does it mean to accommodate another Benika?
Here in this sentence, it means to give you what you ask for. So he gave another Bindaka what he asked for. Asked.
Yes, okay.
He planted a seed from it in a golden jar, and it soon grew into a healthy sapling.
Sapling, Ajahn.
A sapling,
What the tree, right?
like a very, very young tree, usually 1 year old or younger.
Sapling.
Then he brought this sapling from Udawela and gave it to Venerable Ananda, who made arrangements for it to be planted near the gate tower of the monastery.
Yeah, if so, another Benika is the reason for growing body tree.
Yeah, I guess you can say he's the reason for it. Yeah.
Yes, great man.
Yeah. Very great man and a very generous person. Very, very, very generous.
Yes.
It's very difficult to find those kinds of people these days. Usually, when people become rich, they keep their money. They never share their money. You know. But
What about Elon Musk? Yeah.
Sorry.
What about Elon Musk?
Sorry.
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk,
Elon Musk. You are billionaire.
the richest people in the world.
Oh, Elon Musk. Sorry.
Yeah.
Elon Musk.
He believes the science of the
I haven't
technology.
heard of. I haven't heard anything about him sharing his money or donating to the poor.
Yeah.
He makes investments, but I don't think he shares with. I don't think he makes any real donations to like serve mankind. For him, he's just trying to make investments to produce more money, to generate more money. Sorry.
Okay.
I don't know. Has he donated anything?
I never heard of it.
I don't really know it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. Venerable Ananda asked King Pasenadi to consecrate the tree. But the king said, if I consecrate this tree, future enemies who might disagree with my policies, wanting to dishonor my reign, may wish to destroy my legacy. Do you guys understand?
I mean enemies.
Enemies. Enemies.
Enemies.
Enemies. Enemies are people you don't like and the people who want to fight you or the people you want to fight. Like student affairs, they're my enemies. Like that. We don't like each other. They don't like me. I don't.
Forgive me.
Sorry?
Yes.
Forgive me. อาจารย์问题 cancer what?
When monks and nuns consecrate something, they make it holy. Do you understand?
Holy.
To make something holy or to make something official. So the Venerable Ananda wanted King Pasenadi to make the tree very official. But the king was afraid that if he was the one to consecrate that tree, and if his enemies were to find out that he was the one who planted that tree and he consecrated that tree, they might want to destroy that tree. Do you understand?
Yes.
Therefore, they might also want to destroy this Bodhi tree if they knew I had a hand in planting it. You see? Therefore, I will defer the honor of consecrating the tree to Ananda Pindika, since it was he who was responsible for the monastery's existence. Do you guys understand? So, the reason why he does not want to consecrate the tree is because he doesn't want his enemies or future enemies to destroy that tree. So he wants he wants another Pindaka to consecrate the tree. So he will defer the honor. So to pass the honor to someone else, allow someone else to do it. Yeah. Do you guys understand? Any questions? Okay. Buna continues saying, King Pasenadi, under the Buddha's influence, had become a very wise ruler and politician. His ego had been sufficiently tamed by practicing the Dhamma, so he no longer required gratification based on conceits. Do you guys understand?
gratification,
Gratification is like pleasure.
pleasure.
Yeah. So now he doesn't have a big ego because he had been practicing the Dhamma. So he doesn't need pleasure from conceit, like, oh, I'm better than everyone, so I have to do this, I have to do that, I have to destroy this person, that person, because I am better. He doesn't really care anymore. Ananda Pindika in turn asked Venerable Ananda to plant the Bodhi tree. Several years later, when the tree was fully grown, I asked if the Lord would spend a night under the sacred tree to more fully consecrate it with his presence, says Ananda. Any questions?
No question.
No questions, or are you guys hungry? Okay, let's finish this last sentence and we'll stop the class.
Yes.
Ananda Pindika was fond of meditating under that tree until the day he died. And it was there that he enjoyed reliving the memories of his association with the Lord. Do you guys understand? No questions?
Yes,
Fond of, Ajahn.
Fond of.
Fond of.
When you are fond of something, that means you really like it.
Fond.
Okay. It's already 10:15 for you guys. So let's stop here and we will meet again tomorrow.
Yes. Thank you, Ajahn.
All right.
Thank you very much.
Chào, cảm ơn.
See you tomorrow.